What is going on? What is going on, party people? It is your boy, Coach D Brown, former major leaguer, former big leaguer, former first round pick with the Kansas City Royals. Listen, I want to say what's up to everybody that's going to be listening in. And for my people that's going to be listening to the replay, I want you to give me a little hashtag and just say, hashtag replay and let me know where you're listening in from. Okay. We had a great session yesterday, man. I it's one of those, man, I had to go back and just, listen to myself, what was said, man, because it was, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I have to really look back and, go back and listen to myself and just realize, man, what did I say? You know what I'm saying? And not only did I sound, but, the points that I made, how did it come across to you guys so you guys understand, did I get my point across? That's basically what I did. And yesterday, man, it was one of those, man, sometimes when I finish a lesson or finish a session with you guys or, a live with you guys on my show, I sit back and I reflect what was just said. And so, it was, one of those things, man, where we talk about playing down to your competition, man. And I just thought it was one of those points that needed to be talked about. And, I know you guys enjoyed that and I kind of branched off of that. So, anyway, let me give them a little shout outs, man. I want to talk a little bit about, I was going to talk about the will to win, right? But I'm going to push that to tomorrow. Okay. And then on Thursday, I got a special mental coach and we're going to, I'm going to get into you guys' minds. All right. We're going to talk about it. We're going to start, go back at it tomorrow. This is talking about the mind too. We're talking about hitting. Okay. But we're going to go, and Thursday I got a special guest coming on, man. And it's going to be real, it's just a real dope, live. And I'm excited to have a special guest on Thursday. Okay. So be there at 3:00 Central. Tomorrow we're going to talk about the will to win. All right. Today, I want to talk some hitting. Okay. Of course, in the background, every time I come up with something, you know what I mean? And I'm want to get this across to you. It's always because of something in the background that's, being said or talked about. So today, I definitely wanted to harp on this. If you're not, up on it too tough, but I want to just, I want to talk about a little bit about the Chris Davis situation. Chris Davis is a first baseman for the Baltimore Orioles. He's in the middle of an 0-for-46 slump. And I think he signed a couple of years, I can't remember how many years ago, a 7-year, $150-some million deal, right? So it's a big deal that he's 0-for-46, all right, in a terrible slump dating back to last year, okay? So the reason I'm bringing this up, I was at the gym early this morning, and while I was at the gym, I can't hear, but I could see, and it was on CBS, the morning news, and they had a conversation about Chris Davis and how he was, in this slump, and I could, obviously put two and two together, and they put the number of $13 million, and I could, I probably put two and two together, and it feel like, hey, during this 0-for-46 slump, he's made $13 million, right? Dating back from last year. Okay, so I was like, man, and then I got a text this morning from one of my partners who knows Chris Davis really well, and he texted me this morning. He screenshotted the text that he sent Chris Davis. All right, I think they play together or know each other really well. So he screenshotted this, man. He's like, man, I feel for my boy. He's going through it. And then all I could text him back was like, he texted me back. He's like, man, I've been there. And I texted him right back and I said, man, we all been there. You know what I'm saying? So hence the title. All right, let's talk hitting. We've all been there. Okay. And that's why I'm going to just harp on this and, go a little deeper, okay, for the different psyches of different levels of people, right? On, here this guy is making, 20+ million, and, you think that, he's immune, right, to the pressures, all right? You think he is, all right? But no, hitting is tough, man. And I just, it's not as easy as everybody makes it sound, and, everybody got a great life and all of that, but we all competitors out here, all right? So before I get into this content, man, let me get a little shout out. Let me say what's up to Bill out in Jersey. All right, Eric in Mississippi, what's up? Keish, what's going on? Texas in the house. All right, Sega, what's up? Louisiana in the house. All right, we got my boy Bill. My boy Bill says, from Richie Bendis, I'm extremely excited to share that joining the Mets organization. I'm so grateful for so many years, look forward to, whatever, right? So, yeah, I mentioned it yesterday. My boy Richie Bennis, who you guys met, that listened to my show regularly, he came on the show a couple weeks ago, and he was the hitting coach for St. Peter's, and but he just recently got the job. I talked to Richie B last week when he first was told that he got the job. He hit me up and we talked about it. He was very excited. So shout out to my boy Richie Bennis. Sad. I'm sad because I wanted to get him down here in August. For my camp that I'm having, and it's another D1 coach that is a connection, right, for my people that's part of my organization or part of you guys that want to be part of my recruiting services. But on the big, for personally, I've known many years he's tried to get back into the professional game, and for this opportunity to go to the Dominican Academy with the New York Mets Dominican Academy, it's super exciting. I'm super excited for him. So shout out to my boy Richie B. I think he's leaving this week sometime, and I know he's really excited to go. All right, so shout out to him. I mentioned it yesterday, but all right. Thomas, what's up, baby? Arkansas in the house. Bubba, what's up? Alabama in the house. Deanne, what's going on? Mississippi in the house. Alicia, what's up? Memphis in the house. Shout out to my DB Elite family. All right. Cabrera, what up, man? Where you been, man? All right. Massachusetts in the house, man. Bubba, what's up, man? What are the days of the camp in August? The first week in August, the first week, roughly around August 6th or so, that weekend. All right. I'm going to make that happen. And I just pinning down these coaches, man. And I promise you, I'll let you know, Bubba. No doubt about it. Okay. So shout out to everybody that's listening in. Let's get into this content. All right. Let's get into this content. All right. We've all been there. All right. We've all been there. So this morning, while I'm watching this news, right, CBS, and it's they don't talk sports on there. If anything, they give a little clip of the majors type of stuff, Super Bowls and all of that, right? Because, a lot of times in the morning, CBS stays on. Sometimes I'm in my house. So I watch the news, what I'm saying? Not by choice, right? But, I see most of the time they talk about just news in general, right? But I'm at the gym this morning and I see that they're talking about Chris Davis and they're making a joke and funny. I can't hear it, but I could just see that they're laughing. They talk about 13 million, okay? And they talk about the 0 for 46 because, I was reading on Facebook and, and I saw somewhere else highlights of something that he's 0 for 46, lined out a couple of times. And he's at that point now that, he's in the midst of a hardcore slump, okay? He's 0 for 46, okay? 0 for 46. All right, you get three to five ABs, a game, up in the major leagues, right? So, he hasn't had a hit yet this year. And he hasn't a hit dating back to last year, okay? So I wanted to kind of, I was going to talk about the will to win. We're going to talk about that tomorrow. But I said, man, I want to be, why this is fresh in my mind. And I've been thinking about it all day today, man, because it's, people feel like because now he's never been a high average hitter, okay? But you would think that in 7-8 games that you could bloop ahead and do something, right? But when slumps come, okay, I guarantee my first inkling was like, man, what do he care for? He getting his bread. He's a guaranteed money guy, right? But then right after that, I started thinking about what I was just talking about yesterday, right? About being a competitor and showing your best, right? It don't matter what situations, right? So I said, you know what? I said, probably what happened, in my mind, in my opinion, right? He went 3 or 4 games scuffling, didn't feel good. I don't know how many games leading into the last year that he didn't hit and going into this year. So, especially, whole, off season, worth of time. So he ain't thinking, he probably ain't thinking about how many games he didn't hit the year before. Right. So he's just thinking, man, let me just get back into the flow of things to kind of get my swing, back to whatever. I'm 0 for 15. Okay. I'm all right. I'm going to do it. I'm going to just go about my work. And all of a sudden, then right around that 0 for 15, 0 for 20, you start getting in your head like, man, I ain't got no hit. I ain't had a hit in a while. Right. And you start thinking and you're like, man, what am I doing? You start looking at all the video and you're doing extra work and you swinging and all this type of stuff. And the stuff starts to compound. So now the competitive nature in you starts to get really nervous, right? He's a bona fide, obviously he's a $150 million player, right? He's hit multiple years of 40 plus home runs. Okay. So obviously he's, to the point where he's, signed a major deal. Right. So, but I guarantee you, during that 0 for 15 or so, he started doubting his ability. He's like, man, I'm gonna get this right, boom, 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 whatever. But then he's like, when I mean my doubting, not to say I ain't gonna never get a hit, no, but it's like, dang, it's like, what's going on in my swing? Why can't I buy a hit? You know what I'm saying? Right? You got all the money, right? That's not even a funny joke, but he's like, why can't I buy a hit right now? And so now he starts to put pressure on himself, right? I'm just speaking from a major league, and I'm gonna bring it all the way back to what I'm saying, my youngsters out here, okay? So here he is. He's out here grinding away, doing his work that he's supposed to. And I guarantee you right around that 15 and AB or so mark, he realizes real fast, like, man, I ain't had a hit in forever. Man, what I need to do, boom, boom, boom. And he's still going over. All right, still striking out. So now the doubt is creeping into his head, right? And he's like, man, what do I do? So now he starts putting pressure on himself, okay? Because now he's starting the media is saying stuff, right? The media is like, man, you're making all this money. Why aren't you hitting? Why, whatever. So now here it is, a guy that is proven to hit in the major leagues. Now he's at the point where he's stressing. I know he is. He's 0 for 46, okay? Think about that, all right? That's a high school season for some players, okay? That's imagine just playing and pretty regularly and not getting a hit in 46 ABs, all right? For a big league season, that's just 8, 9, 10 games. You know what I'm saying? 10 plus games. I don't know how many games he's been where he hasn't gotten a hit. But because you're on a stage, on the national stage, it's magnified. So what is a guy like that to do, right? You feel, everybody say, oh, he got the money, he should be doing this, and he sucks, and all of these type of things are going on and on, right? But in his mind, he's just like, yo, I don't care what outside, whatever pressure. I'm putting so much pressure on myself that now I guarantee that 15, 20 mark has jumped, and he put so much pressure now that he's thinking so much that it on catapulted at 20 plus more ABs of not getting a hit. All right. And I think about it, and I'm like, man, here's a major league guy scuffling, and I talk about showing your best, and I think about these youngsters that I deal with, right? And I know that you guys are having, right? These young baseball players out here, right? And we us parents and coaches and all that, we make a big deal out of a kid who goes 0 for 7, 0 for 10, right? And I know the player does. They feel like, oh my God, whatever. And I tell them all the time, like, listen, that's part of the game. Slumping is so part of the game, okay? That's why the mental side of this, right? It all ties in with the mental side, right? Because what's going to happen, all right? For youth ball players and all that, 0 for 7, all I'm talking about 0 for 15, you would think the world is over. Here is a major league guy over here that's got making millions of dollars going 0 for 46, okay? 0 for 46, all right? Like, just think about every time you step in the plate, you feel you can say all the right words and you can work hard and all of that, but right now he is doubting his ability to hit. How do I know? Because I've been there. I had a 1 for 46. And my boys can tell me, I ain't just coming up with that number. I tell that story all the time. I went 1 for 46, all right? Not in the major leagues, though, in the minors. And I also went 6 for 7. That same year, I went 6 for 70-something. 6 hits and 70-something ABs. You talking about somebody that was and at that time, I had never struggled to hit more than 2 or 3 games in my life at that time. You hear my boy Karan over there talk about it the other day. You hear my boy Karan talk about it the other day about how would they, how do you deal with mental, the mental game, the mental toughness, right? When you ain't got to hit all month. Right, you heard him. I don't know if you guys heard, some of you guys listened to him, and I'm hoping you did because it was a great interview. All right, but it may be something that you just passed over. But he's like talking about mental toughness. Why the Cubs, everybody's great, everybody is graded out with the tools and all that, but the Cubs make it a point to choose high character, high mental toughness guys, right? And he said because we all been there. There's guys that out, he's like we're all gonna face that, that slump. He was like, what are you going to do when you are 0 for the month? He said that just blatant, just kind of passing by, and then kept on with his conversation. Every ball player that's ever played a long period of time has had a significant amount, like a strong, I don't care from the A-Rods to the Jeters to the, Ichiros and all that has gone through a major slump. All right, has gone through some type of major slump. It's just part of the game, right? Because so many people, sometimes they get it so twisted. And I'm saying it from a parents and a coach's standpoint, myself too, right, included. You know what I'm saying? The further we are, I tell this all the time, the further we are from the game, the easier the game gets. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say it again. The further we are from the game, right, the easier the game gets. So every coach out there, every parent, why are you not hitting? What up? He's throwing up. He's doing all these lessons. He should be hitting. Oh, he you know, coach, why, you know what I'm saying? He should be doing, but yeah, I know you want to do better, but yeah, this game, you do know how many times, you know what I'm saying, when a 2-0 fastball, 3-1 fastball, a 0-0 fastball, and all, you know what's coming, and you still can't hit it and square it up. All right, this is not an easy game. You know, I just have friends of mine, and you know, they'll sit there and joke and be like, man, you just stand out in the outfield and you hit a couple times, and you know, man, that's the life, man. Man, that game is easy, man. Baseball is easy, man. I wish I could sit on the field and get paid and do all that, whatever. I already know you parents feel that way. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys are playing a kids game and getting paid all that type of money and all that. And I say, yes, you're right. It is a kids game, right? But these guys get paid equivalent to the mastery of the skill that they possess. What do I mean? All right, a McDonald's worker, right? Everybody on this live right now can go over there and open up a bag of fries, put it in the little frying thing, and then dump it into the grease and let it fry, sit and just press a button and sit there, right? Everybody can do that. Everybody can. So that's why they get paid equivalent to a minimum wage, right? Because everybody can do what they can do, right? So why do baseball players, right, get, you know, oh my God, Trout, 430 minutes, oh my God, you know what I'm saying, whatever. He is the best at what he does. Why does Tom Cruise get paid $25 million a movie? Or Denzel, right? Nobody, you know, we say little things about the actors, but they don't never really say too much hardcore about what an actor get paid, right? But with baseball players, it's like there's some numbers come up, oh, he should, you know, he a scrub, he getting paid all that money, whatever. But that scrub was the best player, you know, damn near the best player in the country or definitely in his area and all of that to get to the big leagues. And obviously a guy like Chris Davis over there master it and hit 40+ home runs many of years. So is he a 40, you know what I'm saying? Is he a great hitter? I never consider him a great hitter. Not at all. All right. But he's a guy that's going to strike out a lot, but when he hit it, he going to hit it. You know what I'm saying? And them are the guys that get paid nowadays. Okay. So, but again, he's mastered what he knows what he do best, and that's hit the ball out of the park. And he got paid. He did it consecutively, years upon years, 4 or 5 years straight, where he put up solid, decent power numbers, and that's why he got paid the money that get paid. But again, people criticize, oh, you know what I'm saying, and you know, I'm friends, you know, they would talk all that mess, man. You guys are whatever. But no, these dudes are the best of what they do. So saying that here he is the best. He's the best of one of the best of what he does, because he's definitely one of the highest paid players in the league. You know what I'm saying? So, but he is still scuffling and don't know where to turn right now. I know he's on. Obviously, he's got the leeway to do it. But think about the game of baseball. All right, here's a guy that's making $20+ million. They're contemplating moving him down to the minor leagues just to get his mental. It ain't the swing. I want you guys to understand that it's not the swing. Okay, they're talking about moving him down to AAA to get a $20-something million, you know, a year, right? You know what I'm saying? Ball player, right? Down, they're talking about sending him down to the AAA to get his swing right, but it's not a swing. They're getting this right. They're getting this right. A $20-something million player a year is scuffling with this. It's not the mechanics of the swing. It's not. It's the confidence level that every time he steps in the plate, he's trying to remember what he's doing and this and that, whatever. So his mind is going, right? Because he's been swinging the bat all his life. Okay, so yeah, it may be a click off here and there, but once your click is off, it's not the mechanics that got to come in place. It's get the mental side to be like, okay, remember what I'm doing to get my muscle memory working. All right, just think about what I'm saying. It ain't. They're willing to sit or send a $25 million player to get his mind right. So when you got a youngster, right, over there that's developing his mind, starting to understand, that's why mental toughness, the mental side of this game has to be on point. There are many of guys that start with a slump. They're not $150 million players. They could be in high school. They could be in college. and they don't hit for a few games, they start putting pressure on themselves. And now the mind game start and all of that. And now they start worrying about, man, am I going to sit? Oh, my God, somebody's going to be ready to play with me. That's why, whatever. That's why you have to have this mental game down packed. I guarantee, I don't know the right word to say, like that is more important, the mental side of this game. And you hear it all the time, people say it, but then, it ain't really nothing out there. I was reading something this morning, all right, about tennis players and the mentals. I was like, man, I wish they had this with baseball players, because I would put it on here and try to get this guy on there to sell it to you guys over there. They talked about, it's for tennis, so I'm dealing with my daughter, but I would love to get you guys on there to talk about it. And I kind of mentioned a month or so ago, another dude. I need to reach back out to my boy in Florida, but he has something about this too. But this one is this morning. I was reading about it, okay, because I was dealing with my own daughter, right? And we're talking about the mental side of this game. All right, it's about 90%. We all hear this. It was 90%, whatever, and it's so right. Especially baseball is such a failure sport. You have to have your mental game right, and it has to start early. Okay, it has to start early. That confidence has to be built that you can withstand a 0 for 40 something, or for a week. The kids out here are 0 for 10 weekend. Okay, well, I got guys on my team. That they got 1 or 2 hits the whole season, all of that. They let 1 AB, right? They struggling the week before, and they struggling in practice. Nobody knows that pitch. That team out there don't know that they're scuffling, right? But they let 1 AB, they scuffle them, they strike out, and they bang their helmet, and they all have their head is down like this, and now they think, I was like, I could look at them and say they're done for the weekend. Not the game, they're done for the weekend. Okay? They let 1 AB, their first AB, affect the whole weekend. This game, man, is tough. No doubt about it, man. But you got to have the confidence up there like, yo, listen, I'm going to get this right. And I know it's hard. I know how hard it is. 1 for 46, 6 for 70 something. I've been there. A 6 for 70 something. That's basically you ain't hitting 2 months. You know what I'm saying? Basically, I ain't got no hits. 3 hits a month, and I'm playing every day. All right, I'm playing every day. 30-some games or 20-some games, whatever. I had 3 hits in 20-some games each month. Not just 1, but 2 months. And I say it, and I don't, I ain't trying to be funny. I ain't whatever, but I was on true suicide alert. I ain't know what to do. I ain't want to talk to nobody. I ain't want to call nobody. Everybody was trying to cheer me up. My mom was trying to cheer me up. My pops was trying to, D, what's going on? And all your friends are trying to give you your lady trying to, pump you up in order, the coaching staff and all of that. You got people flying in town to work with you. I had George Brad. Everybody trying to find a way to work with Coach, not Coach D Brown, right? Work with D Brown at the time, trying to get it right. I had 100 people in my ear, and I'm trying this, I'm trying that, I'm doing all of this, whatever, and all I'm doing is just digging a bigger hole. Lack of confidence. I'll step in the box like this. Oh my God, what is going on? So when I'm talking from confidence, from experience, I should say. All right. And the only reason I'm bringing it up again, because it's, I'm tying in. This whole week is about mental approach. I said talk hitting and all that, but yesterday was talking about playing down to, your opponent, but it was also the mental side of it. Okay. Here I'm talking about hitting because this is a mental thing. All right. Chris Davis is suffering from a mental block right now. Can't remember exactly what, the swing that he needs. Okay. He's suffering from a little bit from confidence. You can show him that. He can look at it. He can be like, well, I don't care. I don't care how much money he's making and all of that. Yo, I'm a ball player. I know what he's going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what he's going through. All right. He can say all the right stuff. Hey, I'm going to get it right and all that type of stuff. But my man is dealing with a lack of confidence right now. All right. Here. Not a swing. Here. So how do you build this? How do we get to this point where we're able to master our mind? The only way is through true experience. I hate to say that. I hate to say it. Like, you don't know what you're going to do until you go through it. A little 0 for 7, 0 for 10 for a little, for the little shorties. I know that feels like it's the end of the world. All right, parents, oh my God, what's going on? That's when I get the phone calls. Coach, you know what I'm saying? He ain't do nothing this weekend. It's been 2 weekends. He ain't, in the grand scheme of things, I know it's big, but in the grand scheme of things, them little ABs, you know what I'm saying? I don't make it downplay it, but it's, you know, those 10, 15 ABs, they just a little smip in the big part of the year. And that's what you have to really understand in the big picture. It's like, yo, I mean, man, I wish I could talk to my boy Rudy Martin. You guys had him on here last year. I mean, I had him on here a couple months ago. All right. He's down there. He's banging away. But, you know, I'm going to try to get him back on there. He's going through his own situations down there. But last year, going through it, hearing in his voice, lost. Professional baseball player with the Kansas City Royals organization. All right. Lost. I'm just, you know, I'm trying to find it. I'm, you know, whatever. He's showing me film, swinging that curveballs that ain't even close and all of that. And you're going to think it's mechanics, but it's a confidence. It's a confidence. It's a mental thing that's just like, yo, we all ball players. That's what I said. We all been there. Okay. And the only thing that he could, you know, all I tried to tell him is like, listen, man, I mean, he went from hitting close to 300 all the way down to under 200. All right. And all I could just tell him is say, listen, start small. Bunt, 1 for 3, 1 for 4, get your knock, boom, boom, boom. All right. Don't try to, you can't make up for your year. And that's what I try to tell him. You can't make up for your year. Meaning like, here it is in August. You can't make up all the, you know, stuff that you did in June. He suffered from an injury too, missed a lot of time. All right. So I said, you can't make up for that. I said, all you can do is build going into next year. I said, so dissect this last month. Okay. You want to hit 3-something this month and go into the offseason with confidence and work your butt off and then come ready to go in the spring. And that's exactly what he, you know, basically did. Still finished with, I think he hit 220, 240, nothing to go home. But I'm like, he handled his business, whatever, right? Instead of going out there thinking like, oh my God, I'm 0 for my last 15. And that's what happens. I'm 0 for my, and you try to, with one swing and one AB, you try to make up for all the 15, 20 ABs that you've been scuffling. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. You got to get your knock, boom, get your 1-2 hits, boom, work the count. You know what I'm saying? Get a walk, foul a couple off, and you got to stay positive. Okay, man, I went 0 for 2, but I mixed in a walk. Okay? I mixed in a walk. All right, okay. Oof, you know what I'm saying? I struck out once or then all right? The next day is like, okay, you know, scuff a little bit, you know, strike out, walk here and there, but I got a blue pit. Sometimes I used to look so forward to that blue pit, right? When you can't, you can't find a barrel, meaning like I can't hit that sweet spot of the, you know, sweet part of the bat with a ball. I can't do it. All right. But I get jammed a little bit. I get a little, you know, I call them a duck fart right over the infield, right? And it just lands, boom, boom, boom. Sometimes those are just the best hits. And those are the ones usually that start getting stuff going. All right. I had a kid last year, scuffling for a long time, a lot of strikeouts. He was lifting and launching. I said, listen, today and today's game, I know you're going to want to get your hits. But that's like in these 3 ABs, if you can go ahead and hit a line drive, a hard ground ball to second base. All right, he's a right-hander who was launch angle. Their program, their high school program was teaching launch angle. All right, and they were pulling off everything, you know, craziness, right? And that's why a handful of those kids started rolling over and wanted to, you know, work with me, right? And the kid, all I just said, listen, man, you can't make up for the for a month you had and you scuffling all. I said, but what you can do from this point on here. I said, you're going to have to sacrifice a game or 2, okay? But I want you to feel happy if you hit a hard ground ball to second base, all right? Because I want to go from one extreme to the other, all right? If I keep flying off and hitting lazy fly balls to left field as a right-hander and I'm getting on the ball, all right, what's the exact opposite, all right? The most, you know what I'm saying, you know, the exaggerated opposite of that, all right? It's a ground ball to the second base, right? So I said, stop looking at this and just go down, boom. All right, get your wits. And all I'm trying to do is get him to hit a ground ball to second base, feel good about it, even if he gets out, as long as it's hard, squaring up, and he did what he wanted to do with his bat. All right, you come back. I asked just once. Out of 3 ABs, I said, just do it once. I said, if you do it 1 out of 3 times, you got it. What do you mean, Carl? Man, that's just one. I said, if you do what you wanted to do, right, 1 time, all right, hard ground ball. Now, he might have struck out all the other Bs, but that 1 AB that he said, I'm going to hit a hard ground ball to second base, and he did it with his mechanics and everything like that, all right, I said, that's a win. Oh, what you, all right, Coach, what, you know, all right, man, you know what I'm saying? I said, do it, okay? I don't want you to feel, you know, because most of the time you don't get no hits, you're going to stay in that mental, that rut, all right? I just told him, you're going to sacrifice a game or 2, all right? All we're trying to do is get his, you know, get his motion back, get the mechanics going back, right? Doing, you know what I'm saying, thinking about what I'm trying to do and doing it. He comes back. He's like, yeah, yo, coach, I hit the ground ball. I said, cool. All right, cool. I said, now all we need to do now, we got to get somewhere in the middle, right? I'm here, and now I'm going down through, you know what I'm saying, the baseball, hitting hard ground balls. Now, I said, now we just got to find that median, right? That middle place over there, and now we got your swing back to normal, all right? From that point, I hit a couple home runs here, boom, 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 and, you know, started rocking and rolling. Now, the problem is when we're hitters is we forget what we're doing, you know what I'm saying, and then we start feeling good, and that's when we start getting back to the launch angle stuff. Or you know, in his case, the launch angle stuff, okay? But, again, it's just little small things that if I'm in a slump, okay, I embrace it. I understand it. I have to understand that I can't make up for all this time that, you know what I'm saying, these 20 games I ain't get hit, or the 5 games I ain't got to hit, or the 2 games I haven't had to hit. I can't make up for that, all right? As hitters, we try to make up for all the boom, 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 all right? What I mean by that, I say, you know, I don't want you to forget about those times. So when you hot, you stay hot as long as you can, because you're going to remember all those times that you was scuffling over there. You're going to make every pitcher pay, okay? But you remember, like, okay, I ain't going to, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, I'm going to take this one game for what it is, okay? I can't make up for all the 10, 5, 7, 10 games I've been scuffling, and I'm just going to try to, you know what I'm saying, do something small that I know that, you know, your coach or you know personally, get a nice little line job, all right? Get a feel, maybe a blue pit or something. And then from that point on, the bloop turned into the line jobs, and now you get back locked in, and that's when you make them pitches pay. And I want that from that point on, that's when you remember, like, man, I was scuffling. Yo, I'm going to make everybody pay. That's when it gets fun. Chris Davis is going to turn this around. He's going to get locked in. All right? They may have to send him down and have him deal with the embarrassment and all that type of stuff, all right? But all they're doing is giving him a mental break. They ain't giving him a swing break. They're giving him a mental break if they do that. Okay, they're benching him, and you know they're gonna start benching him if they haven't already. Okay, all that it is not a, you know, to get a swing right. It's the mental side. This game of baseball is extremely difficult. All right, it's a mental torture sometimes. I've been there, man. People are like, oh, why you don't play golf, D? Oh, why you don't play golf? I said, do you know how my swing used to torment me so much with baseball? Do you think I want to go and, you know, from what people tell me about golf and all of that, you know, I was trying to master that. I said, you think I want to go through that already again? I mean, I know I ain't getting paid and my job ain't on the line, right? If I don't hit a golf ball, right? But I'm like, I just don't want to go through the torture. It's a torture. I mean, I don't want to put no negative and all that type of stuff. But mastering a swing, that's why I ask you guys and I tell you guys to get the foundation of Big League Shortcut, you know, shortcuts.com, bigleagueshortcut.com, my training. Get the foundation. So you get taught by, you know what I'm saying, somebody who's been there, just the foundation to avoid. That's all it is. The gray hitters, they all go through slumps. The gray hitters get rid of it faster. They get out of the slump faster. All right. One of my hitting coaches told me this. I don't know if it came along, somebody told me this. They were like, you know, decent hitters in the big leagues, all right? Oh, you know, I say non-good hitters, all right? It take them games to get over their slump. All right, take them games. He's like, good hitters, you know what I'm saying? It may take them an AB to get to tweak something. Gray hitters, it take them a pitch. Think about what I'm gonna tell you. All right, this is big leagues now. You know what I'm saying? Big leagues. All right, one of my hitting coaches told me that. They're like, man, not so good hitters, take them games to get their stuff right. They're like, good hitters, they're able to make an adjustment AB to AB. The Miguel Cabreras, the Albert Pujolses, the Trouts, and all, you know, they're able to make an adjustment pitch to pitch. That's all this is. That's all this is. All right, that's what the gray hitters do. They all get in slumps, but they're able to get rid of it faster. All right, Chris Davis, he's never been a good hitter. I don't care what nobody. He's never been a hitter. He's a power guy, but not a hitter. All right, he's the typical what they like nowadays. Okay. 240, 220, 240 hitter with 40-some home runs and all that, right? You know what I'm saying? And he get paid all that money. All right, that's just where it is at right now. All right, so just remember, man, I'm going to wrap this up. When we talk about, we all been there when we talk about slumps, okay? There's nothing, it's bad to go through a slump, but how do you deal with slumps? You just have to experience them. 10 ABs, 12 ABs in a high school season or literally a travel ball season is not a real slump. I hate to tell you. That ain't nothing. It's a blip. Okay? 20-some ABs, anything like that, you know what I'm saying? Plus for you know, 14 and under, 25 plus ABs for high school while you're in the slump. Okay? You go through it. How you go through it? Play a little. You can't make up for all those 20-something ABs. All you can do is just small victories. Okay? Stay confident with small victories. Hard ground balls. Think about squaring the ball up. Okay, I'm cool. All right, wow, that felt good. Let me get it back. You may get out, okay? You may strike out the other 2 times, but you're like, all right, I squared it. But you got to remember the good things, all right? My approach was good. Man, I just missed that ball. My approach is good. All right, my approach is good. I'm giving myself the best chance, okay? And then from there, you start building on that, all right? And then once you get locked back in, you make them pay. You make them pay, all right? Let me give my shout-outs, man. All right, hope you guys got that, man. Let me see. Mark, what's up, baby? Maryland in the house. What's up? He isn't in 3 years slump, and the Orioles sacrificed Tim Duncan career and cost the Orioles the World Series by keeping him in line. Not fair. He gets 3 years, and so many blacks don't get a chance. Bill, it's dude put up 40-something home runs, man. You know what I'm saying? They had to make a decision. I remember the decision and all of that. It gets to be that point where you had to do something, you know, with your guy. All right. Chris Davis got traded over from the Rangers, I think, and you know, he became a star with the Orioles, okay? And he put up 3 or 4 years of solid numbers, man. So now they're in a bind. Do they just let him go to free agency, or do they lock him up? And at that time, he's hitting 40-plus home runs, man. He's hitting 40-plus home runs over there, and he's and they had Machado and all of that, and you know, it's almost a pressure from fans and all of that to keep their guys, even though he came up with the Rangers organization. But you know, it's a pressure that goes along. All right, other people bidding on him and giving him offers and stuff, but the Orioles, you know, basically had to give him, you know what I'm saying, had to pony up and give him a solid deal, and it just had to be 150. I mean, listen, once you sign a 6-7 year deal, man, that's just, it is what it is. The Orioles know that they hoping to get 2 or 3 years good out of that 7-year deal. They're hoping. But all them years leading up to that, when he's hitting 40-some home runs, he's getting paid peanuts, you know what I'm saying, comparative to, you know, to what everybody else at that time that's putting up 40 home runs years and all that, what they're getting. That's what baseball is. You know what I'm saying? That's all. That's why you see now these guys are not signing these long, big time. Yeah, you got the Trouts and the Harpers and Machados and all of that, but there's a lot of other people that are, you know, getting $3 million, and they put up solid numbers, man. Back in the day, those guys, I say back in my day, those guys would be $10+ million deals. I mean, players. But now the owners and stuff is just, you know, the cream is getting their bread, big numbers. But there's a lot of guys, those 80 million, 40, whatever, they ain't getting deals, man. So I understand, you know, and blacks ain't gonna get a chance, man. That ain't gonna change. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't gonna change. It ain't gonna change. You just gotta go up there and hope you do what you gotta do. All right. Mookie will get his bread. He ain't gonna get Bryce Harper bread, but he should get Bryce Harper bread. But I hope he should get in between Trout and Bryce Harper. Word is out. I hope he should. He's a better player than, hands down, than Bryce Harper. Okay? I hope he get his bread. Dylan, what's up, baby? Good to see you on. All right. I hope my boy Bubba brought you on here, man. Good to see you, Dylan. Anthony, what's up? D-Town in the house. What up, baby? It's been a long time. Hope you were good, man. It's been a minute, man. Dave, what's up, baby? Rick, what's up? Queens in the house. Josh, what's up? Jerry, what up? Jesse, what up? What up, D? Hasn't hit in the game since August 2018. What can you do to get some rhythm going and get ready? Again, Jesse, it's not the swing. All right, it's what I mean by that. Yeah, the results you're gonna look at it, whatever. It's this. He just has to remember what he's capable of doing, and just like small victories, rhythm, time, and you're gonna get it right. You're gonna put that work in, but it'll come. But you know, that's what happens, man. We start scuffling, and then we start thinking all mechanics, and then mechanics get into our head as soon as we step in the box, and that's when we're done. K Moore, what's up? Mr. Ray, what's up? Cali in the house, what up? Why won't they sit him? It's been 3 years, batted 160 last year. It never comes out of lineup because they're getting paid. They're paying them all this money. They look crazy if they sit him. They look like, you know, they made a mistake. They ain't trying to do that. That's why. And eventually it's going to happen if you keep scuffling. It's going to happen in days. Andre, what's up, baby? Eusebio, what up? KC in the house. Chris, what up, baby? Mike McCarter said, only sport where you can fail more than you succeed and still be considered great. From your first AB to your last AB, it will always be about adjustments. No doubt. That's it. You're right, Mike. DB, what up, baby? Chi-Town in the house. Adam, what's up? Good to see you this weekend, brother. Matt, what's up, man? Hope you're doing well. Long time, man. It's been a minute, man. All right, so listen, man. That's my time today. Tomorrow, I'm going to talk about the will to win, okay? And then Thursday, I got a special guest, okay? All right, we're going to get on this mental side. We continue to get on this mental side. Like, we see my boy going through. All right, you know what I'm saying? He ain't my personal friend. I know I played against him. I just, I don't know him like that and don't claim to be. Don't claim him, but I just know what he's going through. Every person that I'm played in the game, no, and it may not be 0 for 46, but it's one for 46 for me and 6 for 70 something. Those numbers stick in my head. All right, those numbers stick in my head. I can't get them out when I talk about slumps, man. I'm just like, until somebody deal with that issue, like on that scale, don't holler at me, man. Shoot, because man, you talking about somebody that was going through it. Woof, I don't want that on nobody. All right. I was contemplating, like, thinking I can't play the game no more. All right. Anyway, that's my time. I will be out tomorrow, 3:00 Central Time. Sharp, man. I love you guys. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you guys listening in. I will be here tomorrow, 3:00 Central Time. Hope you have a great rest of your day. All right, go get that Big League Shortcuts training system. All right, bigleagueshortcut.com. Get this training in you, man, so you ain't go through this. At least you have an idea of a foundation. Come on, go ahead and get that. All right, I'll talk to you guys. Peace and love to you guys out there listening in, man. Shout out to everybody from Mississippi, Alabama, Jersey, Chi-Town, Cali, Texas. All right, here in Memphis. All right, and everybody in between. All right, love you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.